right, folks. Wow, I'm backwards. I want to fix that. I don't like that. 1 second. How about that? There we go. All right, Monday, August 7th. We have a lot of things cooking and the right things cooking. Like the stuff we talked about on Friday, like those top 5 or 6 picks are all surging this morning. Almost all of them have catalysts this morning. So it's going to be real exciting. Let's just get to that in just 1 second. I just want to review the schedule. There's tons of earnings. Lots of earnings today, tomorrow, Wednesday. We have Brian Paralis coming to talk about SMCI preview tomorrow, 12 p.m. All right, we're going to get a preview on SMSI. Did I say SMCI? Good, I switched over to bigger caps. So SMSI earnings on Wednesday. So we get the preview tomorrow at 12 p.m. And then as far as earnings that you should be aware of today, tomorrow, let me show you this. We had Genie this morning, which we'll go over. We gave you the early alert at $7.60 that it was a beat and they raised by 6%. I got in there. We already sold some. So we'll talk about that in a second. Today, after the close, we're going to be looking at AUGX, HIMS, Lucid, Palantir, SkyT. I know we own long-term positions in AUGX and Palantir. I'm not sure if we're still in HIMS. We may be out of it. Okay, so we'll maybe talk about those in a bit. And then, and these are all tomorrow morning, the rest of these from Globee down. Okay, GLBE, the DDOG, LI, NRGV, MPW, UPS, the Workhorse, that's all tomorrow morning. And then we have tomorrow afternoon, we'll update that tomorrow morning on the Tomorrow Morning Show. We'll tell you what's tomorrow afternoon. I think SMCI is one of them. Oh, my phone is like frozen. What's going on? All right, let's go to our morning show list now. All right, so as far as picks, man, DraftKings, did we ever nail this? If you were in the VIP chat room, called the 20-day moving average bottom. Had a little bit of a disagreement with Rex on the Rex show, and it looks like we were right on this. The importance of the 20 DMA, especially when we can combine it with other pillars, right? The fundamentals really good. They beat and raise, and basically, the idea is that, the price yesterday was the correct market efficient price. So why would you drop below the 20 DMA when you have new incrementally positive information? You should continue riding up that 20 DMA, right? That's what we do with story trading. We try to predict what technicals will do based on other factors. And in this case, I love Rex. I love him to death. But I think this is a case where we trump being able to forecast and predict that the 20 DMA will hold on the strength of the surprise earnings beat. So I was actually able to claw out of this trade because if you remember, we were in this pre-market 34 and it went straight down. So I was down big. I ended up buying at the 20-week moving average and I was able to escape with a profit on this particular trade Friday. And actually, I think we kept some call options into today. Now, this morning, tons of price target upgrades, a lot of them, like 4 big ones, okay? And these were bigger. Like, remember Friday morning, they were like more modest. They were like raising by $2. Here this morning, we have $5, $6, $7 price target increases, one of them with a 4 handle. So you see there's a 37 here, there's a 39 here. Somewhere in here, there's someone upgrading to 40. So I put the image, the screenshot of that, of all the analysts upgrading the price target, the before price and the after price. That's all in the VIP trading room in the app. So there you go. Here's a tailwind, multiple pillars causing DraftKings to go up today. And, I got my position from Friday. I'm not going to be chasing you here at 32.68. Probably going to be trading in a range, I would imagine, with your 20 DMA support now that's rising. I think you can count on that for the time being. So 20 DMA is your support, and then your resistance, obviously, the high of the day on Friday, 34.49. And then now Genie, their peer, reported earnings this morning. We gave the alert this morning in the VIP trading app that they increased guidance by 6%. The stock was only up like 3% of the time at $7.60. I jumped on it. Not enough size, though. But I jumped on at 760. We sold some a little bit here around 810. But here's the other thing that's important on Genie. They raised by 6%. You can say, okay, you should have a 6% re-rating. But there's a couple other factors going on. DraftKings is up 3%. So add to that another 3%. That takes you can't, with percentages, you can't necessarily add, but it's close. Like 6 plus 3. Okay, 9%. But the other thing that you have to consider is the qualitative guidance. It wasn't just the numerical 6%, but it was the fact that they guided. They said the second half of 2023 and going forward, we're going to be cash flow positive. All right. That's a huge inflection point qualitative statement to make that adds sentiment value to the stock. So it's 6% plus 3% from DraftKings plus added sentiment value. Then you look at the technicals. Hey, here there's an $8.25 high. It's already breaking this $8.25 high. When you compare it to DraftKings, DraftKings got a new 52-week high last week and kept on going. Well, pulled back. So, it makes sense that Genie should also get that new 52-week high and already did. Okay, so do you chase it here, 835? I'm not. Okay, got it at 760, sold it at 810. I still think we have a little bit of shares left, but I think pullbacks are buyable on this. Let's see where the support levels could be. Here's a nice little gap from this morning. If we get to like 8 or something, I think that could be interesting. Is 825 going to be the low? Wow. Maybe possible. There's some support at 825 because that was a previous high from last Friday. So 825 and 8 are supports. Your 20 DMAs are support. I think you can buy the dips on Genie. I'm not chasing it here. I could be wrong. Might explode to $9 or $10 at the open, but I'm going to be waiting. I had a 760 entry, so I'm going to be looking for like closer to the support levels I talked to you about on Genie. Now, a few others here that we talked about Friday, which have catalysts to continue their move or bounce back. Wayfair. So Wayfair, we've been talking about for a couple weeks because of the high short position. The analysts kept increasing price targets into earnings. Then the earnings report was good. And after the earnings report, now we get another analyst coming out this morning. UBS raised their rating to buy. And where's the price target? I don't see it here. It's somewhere in here. They raised their target to about $110 from, I forgot what it was from. Why can't I see it now? Here it is. Maybe it's here. There we go. 72 to 110. Remember what I said about price targets. It's less important what the price target is. It's more important where it came from. So when you see a big price target increase like this, I've noticed the stocks react very well to that. So Wayfair now, it's not the first one. There's like 2 or 3 in the last couple of weeks where analysts have increased it by at least $30. And so Wayfair, we have a position in this from Friday, from last week, and looking for maybe a move towards $100 on Wayfair. Don't know how quickly that'll happen. Might be today on this UBS upgrade, but it could take some time. It could have some volatility. So keep that in mind. Man, I'm regretting that I didn't slam Genie with much higher size at $7.60 this morning. Anyway, all right. PanW, we gave this to you Friday on the Fortinet sympathy move. Now, this one also was tough out of the gate because it was 225 in pre-market or so when we gave it to you, and it went straight down. But it found the bottom at the 20-week moving average, bounced right off the 20-week moving average right there. And to me, that was a good entry on the 20-week moving average. And then you have an analyst coming out this morning saying maintain overweight, raise price target from 245 to 275. I would guess that has some saying PanW is unlike Fortinet, or maybe it was unjustly punished. And in fact, we like PanW so much, we're raising our price target to 275. I bet you it's something like that when our earnings report. Keep in mind their earnings are coming next week, 8/18. With this analyst price target this morning and bounce off the 20-week moving average on Friday, I would not be surprised to see this make a move towards 225, the bottom of that gap. Okay, maybe it makes a move towards into this gap towards 235. But I think the low-hanging fruit, the layup, is 225 on PanW. All right. Overstock, SMCI is crazy. We used to have such a big position in this, but we kept on shaving as it went up. And it's like, oh my gosh. All right. We gave you like a high 300s target. Should have just kept it the whole way. This is unbelievable. Okay. But anyway, Overstock. I think there's an opportunity here really brewing because let me show you right now. Let's go to the App Store. And if you put in Bed Bath & Beyond here, let's go. Bed Bath & Beyond. Go to the iOS App Store. Look up Bed Bath & Beyond. Look at that. Number 8 in shopping. Okay. Number 8. Oh, now it's number 7. Look at the company this has. Target's at number 8. Okay. Costco's at 13. Well, Costco people don't really shop online for Costco, but you get the picture. And where it was before the relaunch was in the 50s, the Overstock app. Okay. The Overstock app was in the 50s. And now it's been 7 and 8 for almost an entire week. Now, I have good experience correlating app rankings with revenue. It's real. It's a direct proportional impact. Okay. So now it's 1 full week where they're probably having amazing sales here in the middle of the third quarter. And it's really something that the app rankings, also the other thing, when you launch a new app or you relaunch an app, like very often you'll get high app rankings for the first 1 to 3 days. To see it sustained up here a whole week later, that's impressive. That's meaningful. So I really continue to like Overstock here. Let's just take a look at the chart on Overstock because it is pulling back. So we have to see where are the potential support levels. The 20 DMA is going to be, I think, your ultimate support level. We saw it hold on DraftKings. So the 20 DMA here is about $33. And not necessarily does it get there. I like the risk reward right here. I actually just added some to my, we're already loaded up in the hedge fund. I just added some to my personal account this morning at about around $34, $33.90, I think it was in pre-market. But I just have to lean on my experience that these app rankings are meaningful. And hopefully we're going to get a press release out of the company sometime in the next few weeks about the great start and sales numbers or visits or things like that to the website or the app. And that could be the next catalyst, which take things up. So I continue to really like Overstock. SMCI earnings are tomorrow after the close. I mean, I think it's kind of doing an NVIDIA in terms of people are, remember what happened to NVIDIA? NVIDIA was up so much before the earnings report and people are like, nah, like how can I buy it here? It's already, everything's already baked in. And then they had their earnings report and boom, the thing went up like, I mean, call options were up like 10,000% or something the next day. I don't know if you guys remember that. So I think people are having a little FOMO about that. And they're like, we're not going to let that happen this time. We are pumping up SMCI into the earnings call. I mean, it has like a 20 PE. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is the cheapest AI stock. It's like a growth stock, a value stock, an AI stock, all at the same time. I mean, this thing is worth at least 370 to 390. Of course, there's risk going into earnings tomorrow. So we'll have to see what happens. And yeah, man, I do regret slimming down my position, especially with the volatility last week. We're like, oh, let's raise some cash. Like, where should we raise it? We're like, we're up on SMCI. Let's start raising cash there. We kept the position, but much smaller than it was. And that was probably a mistake on our part. As a general rule, it's better to keep your winner. It's hard to do, man. It's so hard to keep your winners and ride it up. I did that successfully with Air. I didn't sell a single share of $22.50 all the way to 25. I was in the zone back then, but it's hard to do. Psychologically, it's really hard to hold on to your winners and sell your losers, but that's 90% of the time the right thing to do. So in any case, we still have exposure, but man, do I wish I had a bigger position. All right. Amazon, this was our top pick on Friday. Man, it did great in the morning. It pulled back. Wow, look at this big move this morning, looking good. We had nice analysis from Rex on the show on Friday. Let me just do my own quick analysis and tell you, I think we have resistance at 146.57. Where to peak out on Friday? Peaked out at 143. On the show Friday morning, I give you a 144 target. So it got close to 144. I gave you 144. I gave you a range of 144 to 146.57. Okay, I still like that. I still like that based on the magnitude of the beat and the raise and the sentiment behind AI looking really good, and AWS, increased margins, all that kind of stuff. I think this stock is going to be a children retirement account at these prices. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong. So, but in any case, 146, let me just look at the monthly candles here. 146.57 is a big one, man. If you break 146.57, you head into this zone, this congestion zone right there, 156 to 169. I would not be surprised to see that happen within the next couple months. That's on Amazon. And I'm just going to point out a couple other small items, and then we'll go back and try to reorder what we think could do the best today. All right, ACHR, one of our favorite EV tall stocks here with lots of great catalysts. I mean, we're playing multiple catalysts on this all year. Nice big pullback towards the 20 DMA. Look what's happened this year. Every time it pulls back towards the 20 DMA, bounces back up. Towards the 20 DMA, bounces back up. Towards the 20 DMA, bounces back up. Now it's towards the 20 DMA. Is it going to touch or is it not? We can't know for certain, but the risk reward gets better as it moves towards the 20 DMA. So just keep that on your radar. If you're underweight, if you didn't get an opportunity to get in this stock yet, somewhere here between 524 and where it is now, 574, something like this might be a good entry on ACHR. Okay, so that's that. Also want to point out a microcap that we're aware of from the past presentation we had from someone in our community, PESI, PESI has a nice press release this morning. $40 million contract. Now, on the surface, it looks huge. 40 million and then 132 million market cap. But beware, if you go into this 40 million contract, there's a couple things here. 40 million for a joint venture of which they own 45%. 40 million over 5 years. So now you got to do that math on this. So let's just do that real quick. So 40 million times their ownership, 0.45%, over 5 years. So now you're talking about $3.6 million in revenue per year. Now it doesn't look so significant compared to the 132 million market cap. Another thing you could do is take their current revenue to share price multiple, which is about 1.3. They have 100 million in sales, 32 million market cap. That's a 1.3 million a 1.3 multiple on sales. I say 3.6 million is additional. So you have a boost of you can round it up to 5 million. So you say, okay, just in terms of the fundamentals, if you're not looking at profitability, you're just looking at the revenue and what that adds to that, revenue to market cap ratio, should be about 5 million in value. So 5 million in value with 13.5 million shares outstanding. You do that and you come up and say, okay, that's 37 cents. So now looking at it purely from a mathematical perspective, you say, okay, the stock should only be up 30. Now there's a big gap here. This doesn't necessarily mean much. 761 shares, big spread between the bid and the ask, but 37 cents plus the close on Friday at 9.80, that takes you to $10.17. But you can have a sentiment factor on top of this. And that, I'm not an expert in the stock. I don't know the sentiment impact of this award. Is this some sort of inflection? Does it lead to speculation about more rewards and things like that? And that could potentially send it higher. But after doing the math on this, I was looking at this to see if there's a quick re-rating, a quantitative re-rating you could do. And at first I thought, wow, there could be, because 40 and 132, but it's not 40 and 132. So just beware of that. Okay. All right. That's the PESI. Then Annex. Okay. Annex, this is the breast cancer vaccine stock with a little bit of news out this morning. And I wouldn't be surprised to see this make a run towards 4 resistance right there. 4 to 422 are possible on Annex today with the initiation of the next phase of their trial here. Opening of enrollment for the Keytruda arm and ongoing breast cancer vaccine clinical trial. So reach some sort of milestone in their trial here on Annex. And I do like this company. I have a very small position. They take care of their cash very well. And this news it's about sentiment, and I don't know how you quantify this. So it's now basically an incrementally positive piece of news, qualitatively good for sentiment. Look at this cup breakout potential forming here. It's right. This is very bullish for a move to $4 to $4.20 today, but it's probably not going to be a liquid stock. Just something to be aware of. 4 to 420 the target on ANIX. Oh, Saber's continue to do well. That's great. After that pickup, I do like this, by the way, at this point for a move to $6 to $8 in a longer term time frame. $6 to $8 on Saber. It's having a good morning this morning. All right, so let's go ahead and reorder some of this stuff. I'm going to actually move Saber up with that pre-market action looking positive. We're going to move PESI down. Archer is not really for today. Just wanted to point that out as a possible entry for a longer term. So we have draft already made a big move, right? So man, this is going to be hard because from right now at 9 a.m., like what can do really good? I can't give you DraftKings and Genie. It's tough at these prices here in pre-market. So Amazon's having a good morning. Okay, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move Overstock, PanW, Amazon up towards the top, even though I really like DraftKings and Genie. It's just because of where they're opening with the gaps here. So let's see, Amazon, Overstock, PanW on that upgrade we talked about, Wayfair on the upgrade. Then we have DraftKings and Genie here, SMCI, Saber, interesting to watch. But then we put Genie down here. Genie, DraftKings, Genie. Let's just look at it like this. All right, let's see what this looks like. Amazon, Overstock. See, Overstock doesn't have a catalyst today. I got to move it down. Okay, so listen, Overstock is our largest swing position. That's why. So it's down here, but it's our largest position. Put it this way. Okay. So Amazon, PanW, Wayfair. Then we have DraftKings and Genie. I really like that action in Sabre this morning, looking really good. Then we have Overstock and SMCI. And yeah, okay. All right. So this is, let me just check for news. This is a tough morning because they're basically like our two favorite ones are already like gapped up big. Sabres maintain at neutral. Let's just look at this. Raised from 4 to 5. And where are we at? Okay. Not a big catalyst here. AirG expands line of 5G antennas with launch of new, okay, product update. Don't like that. Oh, now SDOT. Seriously. Let's see what SDOT's saying. SDOT reports remarkable growth and progress in latest corporate update. Where is it? It doesn't say anything. Give me some numbers. I don't know what this press release is. Is that a real press release? Okay, so by the way, Safe Foods was up like 1,000,000%. United States Marine Corps visits Archer, indicating growing interest in midnight eVTOL. Okay, all right, okay. I got to move ACHR up. Okay, we had that relative strength in the price action, but we have a catalyst here. Let's take a look at this catalyst. Archer Aviation, a leader in electric vehicle, today announced that this past Friday it showcased its midnight eVTOL to a group of leaders from the U.S. They just did an Air Force deal. Now they're saying the U.S. Marines. Okay, all right, we got to move. We got to move ACHR. And look, it's been down big. Okay, we're moving ACHR up. All right, late change here on the morning show. ACHR moving up. This is why you got to look at the news feed. So we're going to move ACHR up over here. And you know what? I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this to number 2. I'm moving this to number 2. We've had really good success trading ACHR 570 here. Okay, it looks primed for a bounce, kind of, sort of off the 20 DMA, but not exactly. But you get the catalyst. It might not go all the way, right? So, okay, let me just check the newsfeed one more time. All right, I started the show. Let's see. Let's go to 8:53. Gene says Google Jivo. I don't know Jivo well. Press release reaches key milestone for loan guarantee from the U.S. Department of Energy. Oh, that's an important catalyst, probably. Let's read that. I don't know Jivo well, though, but let's try. All right, let's try to do this. We got a couple minutes. So Jivo announced today that its Net Zero 1 ethanol jet project has been invited by the U.S. Department of Energy to the due diligence and term sheet negotiated for a $950 million loan guarantee. This is huge for these unprofitable companies. Wow. Okay, this is just a trade, a high-risk sentiment trade. Okay, it's a penny stock, so it's high risk, but 950 million, even here at 167, I like this. Even at 167, it's probably highly shorted. Yes, it is. 17% is highly shorted because they're not profitable and people are worried about dilution. And now they're telling the market, hey, maybe we don't need to dilute, or we don't need to dilute as much. I don't know how much capital they need, but I certainly know the speculation of this press release means that there's a potential to dilute less than what the market thought yesterday. So that's an incremental positive piece of news this morning, which in an efficient market should send the stock up today. It's battling the 20 DMA. That's a big number, $950 million. Your next moving average is here just a few cents higher at 171. I think it's worth it to take a starter position here right at the ask at 167, and we'll see how this thing reacts in the open market. If it breaks the 200 DMA, it could make a big move higher. So what I'll do on my own afterwards is take a closer look at this press release, take a look at social media, people who are more familiar with this company, lean on them to understand the significance of this press release a little bit more. But Jivo here, all of a sudden, moving into a maybe a top pick position. We'll do that in a second. Unity announces the new Unity Tools division paragraph. Okay, I don't know. Can't give you an opinion on that quickly. On this morning, all of a sudden. Okay. Wow. A lot going on. Okay, let me just check. Was that the full press release on SDOT? All right. So what I'm going to do here is let's try to lock this in. We're going to add Jivo up here. That's a beautiful, but this is not an inflection point because they don't have the money yet. This is a sentiment trade, high risk in and out sentiment trade on Jivo. All right. If and only if they get that 950 million awarded, that's when you can potentially say, here's a longer term swing trade, inflection point. They have enough money to reach profitability. Speculating. I don't know that to be true. All right. But that's a type of situation where you'd go larger size and swing it. But for right now, all right. And because it's higher risk, we're going to put this at number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We got ACHR here at number 2. PanW Wayfair GVO at number 3 here. All right, I like this. I like Saber too. I feel bad keep pushing DraftKings and Genie now down because I mean these are good longer term, but like for this morning at these prices, I just have a hard time endorsing them at these prices. And what happened to Overstock? My gosh, what is going on over here today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Saber. All right, I gotta put it a little bit tough today organizing these. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Amazon, ACHR. Yeah, I like these 5. I like these 5. Amazon, ACHR, PanW, Wayfair, GVO, high risk, Overstock. We like kind of perpetually for now until we reach our target. It's in the low 40s. Look at that Saber looking really good. 928. Man, we're running late, man. Look at that. Look at that Saber. That Saber is going to be beautiful. 6 to 8 target on Saber. I'm going to move Saber ahead of Overstock just based on the price action. Okay. Man, look at SMCI. This is crazy. Wow. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Enjoy. Good luck. This is what we have. We'll be back with the 1 p.m. update for the world at storytrading.com/YouTube. And then again, tomorrow we have the SMSI preview, and we'll let you know if there's going to be other shows. There might be. There's lots of earnings, lots of things going on. Don't forget for tonight, I'll be looking at AugX, HIMS, Lucid, Palantir, SkyT, Assure. All of these are stocks which you never know could have inflection ERs and cause us to jump in large size for a longer period. So stay tuned for all that. And I gotta go, man. Where is my morning show? All right. There it is. All right. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you soon.